Hey everybody, I wanted to introduce you to a great new tool I've just finished writing called the Mass Exporter. It's two scripts, an editor script and a script that just goes onto a game object. I've got attached here to the this random object in the texture creation scene for the RPG Barbarian pack PBR. This is a package that comes with the RPG character, pack number 1, and by itself in the RPG Barbarian pack. So the problem that we faced before is that the Barbarian's got all these clothing materials and all these body materials as well. And before, if you had updated the look of them, perhaps using the new copy this to that controllers, it's pretty easy to update the look, but then to export them for use in the standard shader in-game, you would have to go through these one by one, click the gear icon, and export the bitmaps. You'd have to do that for every single one. Then you'd have to bring them into Unity. Then you'd have to create a new material, name it, and all that stuff. It was very tedious. It wasn't difficult, just really tedious and boring and pointless. So what this new script does, when you're ready to export the maps, just make sure all the maps you want to export, all the textures rather, all the materials that you want to export are in this list. Name your group, and so we're going to name this the Barbarian default look. I am going to remove the emissive and the height maps. For the characters, you really don't need the height maps, and there's no emissive value on this, so I'm going to remove those maps. And we're going to ignore this for now. This should actually be set to null. So ignore that for now, and we're just going to click the Export Materials button. Once that finishes, and it does take a little bit for Unity to import all the maps, you'll find under SFA Studios this Export Materials thing with this new folder that contains all of your materials, pre-populated with the maps and all of the textures. So if you want to look at the textures, you can go ahead and do that. So everything's preset for you and ready for use in the game. Just drag and drop, and it's named whatever you chose to name it, so you can add descriptive names for your various exports. Now, the one other thing I want to show you, we go back to that. Let's say that you change the look of these, you change the color maybe of everything. You change the skin color, you change the color of the clothing. If you change all that, you want to export the maps again, but this time, if you didn't change anything else, then you can reuse the other maps. So the normal map, the ambient occlusion, and the metallic rough map can often be reused. Of course, if you change a material from leather to metal, then you'll want to not reuse the metal map. But in many cases, all you're going to change is the color, especially if you're making different color dragons or something like that. So this second part down here allows you to take in, and let's say we're going to use Barbarian default look 2, and we can actually pass in a previous group name, something that exists in this folder, and we can choose to use the AO, normal, and metal from these maps rather than the new ones. So let's go ahead and export those with these 3 checked. Alright, we've got our Barbarian default look 2 here. If we go into these textures, you'll find there's only the albedo opacity. This is theoretically a different color than the first look. And if you go into the materials, you can see that the metallic, normal map, and the inclusion are coming from the default look. So with this script, you can basically, aside from the time it takes Unity to import the files, which isn't so bad, you can create any number of looks and have them exported ready for game use with really no effort at all. So this Mass Exporter script is going to be included in the packages as I update them. However, if it's not included in the package that you have now, if you go to www.infinitypbr.com, log in, there will be a link at the top once you're logged in with a download for the Unity asset, a Unity package that you can just bring this in. Once it's there, create a script. I'm doing this in the texture creation scene. Just create an object, add the script, populate the maps, do your group name, and you're all set. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.